Harry's not going to be here?
I guess not. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our weekly.
Welcome to come by.
Welcome to our weekly press conference with head coach Al Golden. This week, Temple travels to Miami of Ohio on Tuesday night. Kickoff is 7 o'clock on ESPN2. We'll start with questions, please.
Coach Howard, as of today, what's it like you will see Bernard and Peanut on the field?
I really don't have any further details on them. They're being evaluated today. Neither one practiced, obviously, and we'll decide as we move the week along here. So I don't have any further news on those two or anybody else from an injury standpoint.
How was the mood like the guys coming, when they came back to practice for you?
Obviously we're disappointed, I think everybody's disappointed primarily because we didn't play well. Not that we really played exceptionally well and lost the game. Because I think as a head coach, the thing that probably devastates you more than anything is when you don't play well. And with the penalties and turnovers that we had, we didn't deserve to win the game. Though our kids fought, but you can't overcome those things. And clearly, Ohio executed really well, protected the ball better than we did, and didn't have as many penalties. So you would expect the mood wasn't good. So we're just trying to get them going, get it back on task. We got a lot to play for.
It's probably like the age-old question to figure out. But how do you address penalties? How do you do that in practice, or is there just no secret to it? You just got to prepare every week the way you do.
You either coaching it or letting it happen, and right now we're letting it happen. The last two games, particularly, and I don't want to. We have a long way to go with this program, so it's hard to say. It's uncharacteristic of us because we're not out of the woods yet. But really, for the first 8 games this year, 7 games this year, and all of last year, we were pretty good. And all of a sudden, the last 2 games, we have 23 penalties called against us, and it's crazy. And we got to get it under control because you can't do that. Just to give you an idea how bad it was Tuesday night, we had 162 yards minus 182 yards, almost 2 football fields because of penalties. The 120 that we gained that were taken back plus the 62 that they walked off. 182 yards, and I don't know how in Division I football, especially in that type of game, that you can expect to win when you do that. And ultimately, that's my responsibility and the responsibility of the staff to get that fixed. But we didn't do that on Tuesday.
What prompted some of the offensive line changes that you made and shifting some guys around?
Well, we're just trying to find the best combination. We came in with the intent, and we practiced with the intent of having a downhill physical attack. And we went 67 yards on the first play with a fullback in the game, and then that offense got blown up after one play because the tailback's on the sideline, and now we have a different style tailback in the game, and so it changed quickly because Matt Brown didn't practice all week. So now we're looking at how are we going to generate a running game. The guy who didn't practice, a guy who's out, so we obviously were prepared to get Coyer in the game to establish some runs that way, in addition to what Akeem gave us. So hopefully these guys will get healthy and we'll be able to get back to running the ball a little bit more effectively.
After looking at the film, you get any extra time to analyze Coyer's performance?
Excellent. He had an excellent performance, and obviously on a big stage, he's a cool customer. He has poise, and he gave us some relief to the run game, and so I thought it was a good start for him. I'm excited for him because he's worked hard and he took advantage of his opportunity.
If you took away the one reception, it was a big play in the game, but how do you think Mike played, especially given the conditions?
Mike's playing well, but you just can't, and I told you guys going into the game, you can't have that play. And then the fact that that play, results, not just in an exchange of the ball, but it gives them the ball on the 25, and then we get a selfish penalty on top of that. Now they have the ball on the 10. So, you're handing them the game at that point. But, I think Mike's doing a lot of good things. I don't think it's any surprise to anybody around here that all of a sudden our offensive totals are over 400 now for the last month. He's throwing the ball well, and he's distributing the ball well. If you just look at the guys who are catching the ball, there's multiple guys catching the ball, backs, tight ends, receivers. So, we're excited about our quarterback. We're the most excited about our quarterback situation right now than we have been since we've been here. So, and Mike's a big part of that. He's done a good job, and again, we've played good teams this year. We've played a good schedule, and I think Mike's really, really playing well. We just got to protect the ball a little bit better. The other interception was late. They're in cover 2. He's trying to make something happen. I'm not really concerned about that. I'm more concerned about the interception that was a tough one to overcome.
Yeah, where's Akeem Smith right now in his development, and is there something that he needs to do if Bernard's going to be out to see more carries? Is there stuff like
Consistency and dependability, and the biggest thing with him is with his consistency is the focus, because when we had him in training camp he was on fire. He really came into the season focused and ready to go, and we got to get him back to that. We're going to try to get that going this week, but he knows we believe in him, and he knows we think he could be a really good player. I think I said to you guys in August, I think he's starting to understand who he is, and so we need to start getting more from him. And obviously Chris Burrell, that would have been a tough spot to put him in, a quasi, MAC East championship game, whatever you want to call it, a big game. That would have been a tough spot, for him to go in. So clearly, we got to get Akeem going.
You talk about having a lot to play for in the program and the process, but what you tell the kids, the goal of getting to Detroit can't be there. Now, how do you get them to refocus their goals about playing this game, going into a bowl game, and say we still can beat last year's win total,
Yeah.
and maybe have a co-title?
Well, you said it. It's all those things. It's the fact that we're playing a very good football team, which has got their attention. Obviously, one of the flagship schools of the MAC, with all the championship banners and everything that they have and their traditions. So clearly, that's got their attention. Number one, because they're good. They're a good team, and they're hot right now. But then, look at the secondary things, and we don't really talk about them a lot, but there are a lot of things to play for. You just talked about, winning 9 games 2 years in a row. That would be the first time. Obviously, you have a chance to be the first back-to-back bowl team. You have a chance to, if you win this week, you have a chance to win double digits, which hasn't happened in, 32, 33 years. And you go on and...
You could tie for the title.
Yeah. I mean, all those things. But really, for us, it's going to come down to, do we do all the things we need to do today to give ourselves the best chance of winning? But there is a lot to play for. The seniors have a chance to, to finish, with a winning record, and that's never happened over a 4-year period. Since I've been here, and certainly for a long time around here. So, there's a lot to play for, and we're building the program. And as I said to the staff and the team the other day, everybody gets down, but I look at, we started 3 seniors on offense and 5 on defense in that game, and they had 13 redshirt seniors in that game. That will give you a little indication of where they started and where we started. We have 2 redshirt seniors on our team. They started 13 in the game, and so we're building a program, although we haven't broken through yet to get to Detroit and do those types of things. We're building a program that's going to be able to compete for championships year in and year out, and I think that's critical, because you see a lot of teams, especially in this conference, where they have a really good year and then they disappear for 3 or 4 years. And Bill Bradshaw, myself, the staff, we were committed to building a program. And a program is a team that can compete for that position, to be in that position in November, year in and year out. And I think we're equipped to do that moving forward. And I think the quarterbacks give us a good indication of what it could be in the future. And as I said, you know, it looks like we're going to start, you know, 3 seniors on offense and 4 on defense in this game coming up.
So it's like somebody like us would say like it's a pride game. You know, you see maybe a kid, you know, coming back from a tough setback like that and see what, go out there and see what we got.
Yeah, it's all, I mean, it's all those things, Mike. I mean, it is. But, I mean, for us, we're building a program, man. We got another game, got another opportunity. Seniors have another opportunity. And, yeah, it is a pride game because, you know, we had penalties in the previous game. We had mental errors in the previous game, and we had turnovers in the previous game. And I think the guys know that if you have 402 yards and you punt the ball 3 times the entire game, you shouldn't lose. You shouldn't lose. And so we have to fix those things. And I think a lot of our best players didn't play their best game against Ohio. And you need that. When we beat Connecticut, our best players played their best game. Bernard, Adrian, Jaquan, Muhammad, Colin, Darius. See what I'm saying? And we didn't, our best players didn't play the best game I think Ohio's did. I think Ohio deserves a lot of credit. They played really well. Their 2 big guys inside played really well. I think their quarterbacks played really well. The running back played really well. I think their best players played their best game.
Al, did you like the new combination that you have up front on the line? Did you like the way those guys play? Is that something that you plan on maybe sticking with?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, obviously we would like to have done a little bit better in the run game. But as I said, we had one guy that didn't take a snap all week, basically, and we had another guy that looked like he was on fire going into the game, and looks like he's on fire, you know, after the first play. You know, it's a sick joke, to be honest with you. The whole year for Bernard, it's like a sick joke. So I don't even know what to tell you. He's carried the ball 3 times against Northern in Ohio for 115 yards, and those were his only 3 plays.
So I was gonna ask, is it just bad luck? Do you just kind of just throw your hands up in the air and say we just have to?
Well, I'm not one of those guys. So I mean, but I feel bad for the kid. I feel bad for the coaches because, you know, he's in and out of the lineup constantly, and so when we try to change some things around to gear the running game to him like we have the last month, he's been in and out, and it's tough. And he knows that dependability and durability are a big factor in being a great running back, and he knows that. And you know, he's fighting like heck to make that part of his resume right now. So, so that was unfortunate.